Update is honored to be speaking to Pauline Tangiora, a Maori leader from the Orongo Mai Wahine tribe of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. She is the current Vice President of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, a former representative for the World Council for Indigenous Peoples, a member of the Earth Council, as well as one of the 50 members of the World Future Council.
Thank you for having me here.
The World Future Council seeks to spread effective and sustainable policy solutions to ensure that future generations grow up in just societies and healthy environments. Would you mind telling us a bit about your role and the work that you do as a member?
Well, my role is to make sure for all Indigenous peoples that our concerns are in the forum of the World Future Council, because there are many hundreds of thousands of young Indigenous peoples that have been dying because of the lack of care and attention of the world to their plight, because people are cutting down their forests, poisoning their waterways and everything. So the World Future Council is working towards making sure that the world knows about this and brings justice, and the moral justice is that you have to think of what you do today is going to impact on the future generations.
What are some of the accomplishments in your life of which you are most proud?
Oh, my family, of course. I have 14 children. I have 2 families, one my own family of 8 and then my other family of 6. My 52 grandchildren, my 7 great-grandchildren, and 3 will be born in the next 6 months. And that's my biggest accomplishment, is to see the generations, to be around to see 3 generations. So I've got a responsibility to those generations, you see.
You made a case to the UN Human Rights Commission in which you said that the foreign sealord fisheries settlement disturbed the Maori customary fisheries, and the Privy Council refused to provide legal aid in this issue. Do you think this is a good example of how the issues of Indigenous people are being overlooked?
It was very hard that we had to fight so hard and lose a case, but it did bring to attention to the world the plight of Indigenous peoples, because most Indigenous people didn't have the access and support I have from non-Indigenous people to be able to take the challenge to the court in London. Because I think when we did this case, it caused a lot of anger by the taxpayer, because why wasting money on Indigenous people's rights? But many people have said to me as the years have gone by, it has opened their eyes that we were fighting not for a right, but for the survival of humanity and Mother Earth. So yes, I think we did a good job of that.
If you could affect any changes you wish to make in the world, what changes would you make and why?
To stop wars. Wars there is no winners and losers. If we could have stopped the wars, because there are no winners and losers in war, everybody loses. You don't have one side or the other. They all are the losers. Because war does not bring justice. It doesn't bring understanding. It doesn't bring a spiritual alignment of people one to another. And it doesn't help Mother Earth, because war destroys the whole segment of the creation. And it pits one person against the other. And when you start pitting people against each other, I don't always agree with some things that happens, but I will listen to the discourse, to the arguments, to the discussion, and sometimes I have to say, I don't agree, but I will go with the consensus. Because that to me is saying, yes, we have to come together, but sometimes I might be wrong, so I will go with your consensus. And if we can live life like that, I think that Mother Earth and humanity would be much better off.
Speaking to the students of this international school in Switzerland, what are some changes that we can implement into our daily lives to try and help make the world a better place for women, for people of different cultures and beliefs?
I would say respect. Respect is the primary word I would use, because if I can respect your views, where you came from, and you can respect mine, that's a start. I'm not happy, for instance, with China coming in and buying land and setting up, destroying our riverways with over-farming. But it doesn't mean to say that I can't respect their wish to feed their people. So we have to find sometimes a way through, but through respect and discussion, how to get on together. I'm not happy that drugs and alcohol are rife among our young people. But how do we stop it? It is by respecting that that person is in a stage in their life, they need help, to be there to help them when they need that help. So it's a difficult world out there.
Thank you so much for being here, Pauline.
Well, thank you to you young people.